Hi, Abby. Michelle here. I wanted to give you some feedback on your story about Annie. So I feel like you've got the basis of a good profile. It just needs a little bit of help. And let me tell you what I'm thinking. You don't really ever tie in the tweeting with her. You do a good job of explaining how she tweets and but you don't really say why she tweets and what she thinks about it. Which I think might tie into the quote she has about wanting to create, and then it ties into the final quote. But I just feel like if we're going to lead with her tweets, um, we need to tie it into her. Um, you know, does it show her personality? Obviously, she has a good sense of humor. She likes to write. I think if you can tie that in better and more directly and clearer, I think it would be a stronger profile. Um, and maybe you can even do that in the lead. The lead right now doesn't really do much for me. Um, I mean, why is that? Why do we care that it's more than the Daily Nebraskan? Um, does she work there? Um, it just seems kind of arbitrary. Uh, but maybe, tying in the, you know, her popularity and on Twitter and why she does it, or how she's creating on Twitter or whatever. I just feel like that can set the stage better in your lead. I felt that the second paragraph was really sort of convoluted the way it was structured. So, again, maybe you would even want to sort of change it altogether because um, if you're trying to kind of get to her personality, I'm not quite sure if I'm explaining this well, but I would just, if you were going to leave it this way, I would um, reconfigure it as I indicated. So I didn't really quite get the One Direction tweet. And maybe that's just because I'm not understanding what it was depicting. I didn't know about shocked and delighted. What is a shocked and delighted? Was this an older woman? I think you need to do a better job of explaining that so we can understand, that it was funny or sarcastic or um, a sweaty singer. Was this a One Direction sweaty singer? I mean, maybe I'd have to see it. I looked for it actually in her tweets and couldn't find it, but it wasn't clear. So I think you need to um, figure out a better way to explain that. Um, and then the quote, why did it have to be the One Direction tweet? Uh, Maybe if that was moved up before you explain the tweet, that might be better. Here, you're just not really sure what that refers to. Okay. She's the sixth woman in her family. I think you mean extended family, because probably I know she has a lot of sisters and maybe just say the sixth woman, including sisters, aunts, mother, whatever. And the sixth to look for a job outside the newsroom, which I understand what you're trying to say, but she is an ad PR and journalism double major. So it's not that unusual that she wouldn't be looking out, outside the newsroom, but outside the newsroom and ad agency. Is that what you mean? Sort of the traditional jobs? I want to create, she said, but she's just not sure um, what that job would look like. But she's sure she won't end up working in journalism. What about advertising? Is my question then. I wonder too if you want to say the fact that she's a double major earlier in when you're talking about all of this. It might make more sense to put it when you're talking about her career plans. And here, this might be a lead or a way to start it. And she enjoys writing. Check out her Twitter feed if you want to laugh. I mean, maybe that's part of your lead or the focus. Tying that in. Okay, and then I know what you're trying to say here, and I think that's a really good way to end it, but it's just not working. I think you need to kind of work on as far as careers go, maybe if all else fails, she'll live up to her Twitter bio or something. But yeah, I think you have the right idea. I think it's just kind of tweaking it throughout so that it holds together better. It's a little bit more streamlined and more focused. And you tie in, the fact that why are you focusing on Twitter? You got to tie that into her, either her personality, her career goals, whatever. And I think then you'll have a really nice profile. So good job on this. Let me know if you have any questions.